Good day, I am Leslie Pareja and we are Group 6 from BIT 345 FSMA. Today, we will discuss our presentation about compliance checklist creation. Workplace risks and obligations. 1. Biological hazards. Isa sa mga makukuha sa biological hazard is ang yeast or ang molds. Example, kapag nagpuproduce ito ng aflatoxins or ang tinatawag na aspergillus. Nanggagaling ito sa mga pagkain tulad ng grains, nuts, breads at iba pa. So yung yeast and molds, hindi lang siya doon nakukuha, maraming klase ng pagkain siya nakukuha. So ang risk nito ay ang pagpuproduce ng mycotoxins which are toxic and carcinogenic, making it dangerous for those who use them. So, ayun yung risk ng fungi, yeast, and molds sa biological hazards. So, number 2, physical hazards. Examples, glass, metal, fragments in food, broken equipment. So, bilang isang FSM student, example, kapag naglalab kami and isa sa mga possible na mangyari accident is may mabasag na baso or anything na lalagyanan ng pagkain. So, kapag nabasag iyon, tapos hindi nakita ng student, possible na mabubog siya doon, mahawakan niya yun, or magkaroon siya ng sugat. And yung pagkakaroon kunyari, yung paghihiwa, yun, kunyari, metal, part siya ng metal, so, habang naghihiwa yung isang estudyante, tapos hindi niya napansin na yung dun sa kutsilyo na yun is merong kalawang. So, part na yun ng physical hazard. So, delikado yun, lalo na pwede siyang matetano. So, ayun nga yung risk niya is injury from foreign objects in food and for workers. So, hindi lang siya nangyayari sa food industry. So, possible na mangyari din siya sa kahit anong trabaho. Number 3, allergenic risk. Examples, undeclared allergens like nuts, dairy, and gluten. Risk severe allergenic reactions including anaphylaxis. So, isa sa mga in-example namin is yung allergenic risk. So, yung pagkain ng mga nuts, dairy, and gluten, isa ito sa mga malaking possible na makakuha ng allergy ang isang tao. So, example din dito yung mga seafood. Ayun. So, ayun nga, ang risk nito is severe allergenic reactions including anaphylaxis. So, dapat bilang isang FM student, dapat sinisigurado ko na kunyari mag-serve ako in the future ng pagkain, dapat i-ask ko muna yung guest ko kung allergic pa siya sa ganito, ganyan, or pwede ko naman isama dun sa menu ko, maglalagay ako ng anong possible na mga pwedeng magkas ng allergy. Ilalagay ko kung yung specific na ingredients na nilagay ko dun sa pagkain ko. So, dito na po tayo sa obligations in food and safety management. So, yung one po namin is yung legal obligations typically mandated by law. Food safety compliance following the local health safety regulations can ensure safety regulations na ang tinatawag is ang HACCP, stand for Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points. Ang purpose po ng HACCP sa food safety compliance, ibig sabihin po nito is para ma-prevent yung pagkakaroon ng foodborne illnesses. So, saan nga po ba makukuha ang foodborne illnesses? So, makukuha ang foodborne illnesses isa sa pamamagitan ng contamination, food contamination. So, for example is, may pagkain sa isang lamesa doon. Pero, yung katabi ng lamesang yun is mayroong basurahan. So, possible through air or kunyari may dumaang langaw. Yung langaw na yun nanggaling yun sa basurahan. So, pupunta yun sa pagkain. So, magkakaroon na siya ng food contamination. So, doon na papasok yung bacteria, pagkakaroon na bacteria sa pagkain. So, ayun na. Magkakaroon na siya ng foodborne illnesses. So, yung illness doon is yung pagkakaroon ng bacteria, yung langaw. Tapos, ayun, na-contaminate kasi siya. So, ensuring the safety of food from raw materials to the consumer. So, nagpo-provide din yung HACCP na dapat maayos nga yung inano nila dun sa pinadalhan nila. Dapat hindi ito magkaroon ng foodborne illnesses. at maiwasan din yung pagkakaroon ng sakit na gagamit ng iyon. So, yung pangalawa naman po namin is yung workplace health and safety obligations. Pagkakaroon ng PPE or personal protective equipment provision. It is important to provide PPE. That is one of the things that should be paid attention. Wear gloves, aprons, hairnets, and other protective gear. So, bilang FSM student po, mahalaga po sa amin ng PPE at lalong-lalo na dahil nag-aano kami sa food. So bago po kami pumasok sa laboratory, dapat nagsusuot muna kami ng apron, hairnet, ng mask, and minsan nagsusuot rin kami ng gloves kapag may hinawakan kaming food. And pinapasuot din kami ng slippers na yung pang kitchen talaga. Dapat hindi namin pwedeng gamitin yung sapatos na sinuot namin papuntang school. Dapat may provided pa kaming Crocs or chef shoes. And ayun nga, dahil sa food industry din kami, mahalaga na dapat meron kami sinusuot na PPE. So, hindi lang naman sa food industry na magkaroon ng PPE. So, sa mga mga factory workers, sa mga nagtatrabaho sa mga construction, ayun, dapat sa construction, dapat magsuot sila ng helmet kasi delikado yun. Baka if ever na may bumagsak na semento or may bakal na umano sa kanila, mahalaga yun, lalo na sa ulo pa naman. And sa sa mga factory worker, dapat naka-gloves din sila, naka-face mask, and naka-apron. So, mahalaga talaga yung pagsusuot ng PPE at para ma-prevent yung pagkakaroon ng risk or accident sa isang lugar. Why these items were included? So, it's important to include this because we are studying food industry and this may be our future job. Our workplace must be safe and clean. So, ayun lamang po, and ayun lang yung sa part ko, and ang next na magpe-present na po is si Mr. James Evangelista.
Next is chemical hazards. Examples: cleaning agents used for surface. Risk: harm from strong cleaning products. Chemical hazards: this comes from strong cleaning products. They can harm the skin or lungs if not handled properly. Next is fire hazard. Examples: block emergency exits, broken smoke detectors, or faulty heaters like space heaters and furnaces. Risk: fire accidents in the workplace. Next is fire hazard. It can cause fires or stop people from escaping. Next is biological hazards. Example: bacteria, viruses, parasites, air, food, or skin contact. Risk: getting sick from germs or organisms. Biological hazards: these are germs like bacteria, viruses, parasites, and molds. They can make people sick through contact, air, or food. Good day, everyone. How they ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence. Today, I will talk about how food service management keeps food safe and follows the law. First, following food safety laws: clean handling, sanitation, correct cooking, and storage. Example: cooking chicken at a safe temperature. First, they follow food safety laws. They means they handle food cleanly, keep the area sanitized, and cook and store food the right way. For example, chicken should be cooked at the correct temperature to avoid food poisoning. Next is employee training, hand washing, wearing gloves, cleaning equipment. Example: using different boards for meat and vegetables. Second, they train that workers learn how to wash their hands, wear gloves, and clean tools properly. For example, they should use different cutting boards for raw meat and vegetables. Next is have permits and inspections. Business and health permits. Visits from inspectors. Example, a restaurant renewing a sanitation permit or being checked for expired food. Third, they make sure they have permits and follow inspections. Restaurant need business and health permits to operate, and inspectors check if everything is clean and safe. For example, they renew their sanitation permit and remove expired food when a spectator visits. Next is be ready for emergencies. Food poisoning response, equipment issues, fire or health problems. Example, investigating quickly if a customer gets sick. This includes food poisoning cases, broken equipment, or health problems. For example, if a customer gets sick from food, the restaurant acts quickly and investigates. Let's proceed to the next hazards. Thank you.
As a food service management student, understanding workplace risk and legal standard is very important because it ensures food safety, protect workers, and maintain customer satisfaction. In food establishment, common risks include burns, cuts, slips, and fire hazards due to daily kitchen activities. FSM manager must train staff to handle equipment safely, maintain cleanliness, and follow safety procedure. They also need to prevent food contamination by enforcing hygiene and sanitation rules. Lastly, addressing ergonomic issues like long-standing hours and heavy lifting protect workers' health. That's all.
Physical hazard, workplace risk. Place visible wet floor sign during cleaning. Ensure that even small things are safe and will not cause future accidents. Make sure that you have at least distance to customer while serving to avoid risk. Place visible wet floor sign during cleaning is when you after you mopping the floor, you need to put a wet sign to avoid future incident or accident that will occur. Ensure that even small things are safe and will not cause future accidents, like when you put a glass of water in a corner side of the table, it will possible to pull down. Make sure you have to at least distance the customer while serving to avoid risk. When we serve like drinks, there are customers that always loud or they're just being they are like moving so much that maybe possible to they touch you and the battery you have is may be thrown after they touch you. Obligation: ensure that all safety signs are following correctly. Ensure that following the house rules inside workplace. Why is house rules is important in the house workplace? Because it is ensure that we do our job correctly and do our job properly and to avoid risk, and we know that our limit in our workplace, and it is a physical hazard. And ensure that all safety signs are following correctly, like wear PPE, example, the wet floor sign and other safety signs in our workplace to avoid risk.
So when it comes to compliance checklist, in food industry, we have category area, which is yung emergency preparedness. So bakit nga ba tayo merong ganito sa food industry? Meron tayo nito dahil mahalaga to para sa kumbaga bilang employee, no? Iniisip natin yung kapakanan ng mga food consumers natin. Dapat alam natin yung mga risk happened when it comes to serving the food, no? Before serving the food from customers, no? Kung talaga bang malinis ba to, safe ba tong kainin, diba? Hindi lang ba masarap to, diba? So yun, meron tayong mga kumbaga unexpected na pangyayari kapag nagsiserve tayo ng mga food, etc. And other, beverages also, no? So yun. So we have a legal standard basis, which is yung RA 10611 Food Safety Management, and they have compliance requirements. So isa to sa pinakamahalagang para sa mga bilang employee na rin, no? Kumbaga tayo rin kasi magbe-benefit nito sa huli, no? To ensure a proper fit and safe materials, and ensuring consistent employee adhesive to safety protocols and maintaining good records. Kumbaga dito natin masusukat kung gaano ba ka-honest ka-honest, and kung gaano ba kahalaga sa isang tao yung mga rules and regulations na pinatutupad sa isang company when it comes to food industry, diba? And then dito natin mapapag-aralan or matututunan yung mga safety protocols na dapat natin, yung do's and don'ts, no? And then to maintain records na rin, no, bilang isang empleyado, diba? Kasi kumbaga malaking impact yon, no? Kapag naging employee ka, maganda yung record mo, malinis yung record mo dahil sumusunod ka sa mga safety protocols, ganyan, diba? So next is yung status remark compliant, which is a 2-week supply of non-perishable foods like water, manual can opener, storing food in airtight containers, keeping a thermometer for refrigerators, knowing how to maintain safe food temperatures if the power goes out. And then as per DOLE or Department of Labor and Employment, RA 11058 standard of tools and equipments, dapat yung mga tools and equipment natin is maayos and dapat useful talaga siya, hindi useless, no? Kasi pag ganon, magkakaroon yun or maapektuhan yung pagsiserve natin ng mga foods, no? And other beverages. And then magkakos din yun ng performance mo, negative performance mo sa company, ganyan. Kung sakaling hindi nyo nasusunod yung mga standard, hindi lang sa pagdating sa pagkain, no? Kundi na rin sa paggawa ng mga pagkain na siniserve nyo. And then, syempre, an emergency preparedness plan for these events ensure systems are in place to protect food products and operations. Facilities' overall emergency response plan often overlaps with its food defense plan. Compliance expectations, also as regulators and auditors often require a comprehensive emergency plan that addresses all potential public health and safety risks, even if FSMA regulations and food defense primarily focus on international threats.
Here's a compliance checklist template. Number 1 is category or area. PPE. Legal Standard Basis, RA 10611, Food Safety Management. Compliance Requirement to ensure proper PIT and safety materials. Ensuring consistent employee adherence to safety protocols and maintaining records. Status or remarks, compliant. Number 2 is category, area, tools and equipment. Legal basis, DOLE, RA 11058, Tools and Equipment Standard. Compliance requirement to ensure hygiene and facilitate monitoring. Requirements include cleanable properly the tools and equipment for food processing and sanitary all handling utensils to prevent contamination. Status or remarks, compliant.
So, hi everyone, my name is Orisito Tariote Jr. and I will be explaining to you the compliance checklist in industrial safety management. So, I'll be starting in the General Safety Administration kung ano yung mga kailangan gawin upang maiwasan o maagapan ang mga possible na trahedya o kaya injuries. So, first, the safety policy is established and communicate to all the employees, and example here is in the written safety policy which is posted on the bulletin board and included in the company handbook. So ayon sa Republic Act number 11058 na may title na an act is strengthening the compliance with the occupational safety and health standard and providing penalties for violation thereof. So dito, ang nakalagay ay check because a safety policy is very important to communicate to all employees na because it ensures that everyone in the workplace is understand their role in maintaining safety. So syempre ando na yung mga building the safety culture, ensuring the legal compliance, preventing accident or kaya mga injuries, and of course part na din dito yung mga pag-encourage ng isang employee para mas lalo silang ganahan magtrabaho kaya kapag alam nila na safe sila. So second is the occupational safety and health program is implemented, and the example here is a regular meetings and inspection are conducted monthly. Yes, ayun naman sa Department Order number 198 series of 2018, establish, implement, and promote an occupational safety and health program in consultation with workers to ensure the safety and health of everyone in the workplace. So, at ang nakalagay dito ay check. Why? Because regular safety meetings and inspection are conducted every month. So, syempre, to make sure that the workplace and safety standard are continuously monitored, na nami-maintain ng mga standard, and of course to improve kung ano man ang mga lapses o kaya hindi magandang nangyayari sa isang establishment. So the number 3, safety officers are trained and accredited, and the example here is a certified safety officer, which is siya yung nag-oversees ng safety operations na ayon naman sa Republic Act number 11058 at sa implementing rules and regulations order number 198 series of 2018. Lahat ng kumpanya ay kailangang magtalaga ng isang kwalipikadong safety officer. So same pa rin siya nakalagay ay check. Why? Because a certified safety officer nag-oversee siya ng safety operations. Siya yung naglo-look forward for nagiging advance siya mag-isip sa mga possible na mangyayari. That's why he became a certified safety officer, to make sure that all the activities in the workplace are carried out safely, no? And then yung legal, and of course andun yung efficiently, pagiging efficient. Having a qualified person na in charge is make sure niya, ini-ensure niya that the safety standard are properly implemented and maintained. Andun yung pagiging advance niya mag-isip, kung titignan niya kung nami-maintain pa rin ba o nasusunod pa ba rin ba yung safety protocols, regulations, and siya yung naglo-look forward para maiwasan yung mga possible na sakuna, mga injuries, at at the same time, of course, yung accident para maiwasan. To prevent na rin at the same time at maiwasan lahat ng possible na problema.